With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Fourth-year running back, this is Devin Singletary.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Allen now looks to throw. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And some space here. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And Diggs has it. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
So after the INT, it's Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's got room. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Allen now on first down. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets pop free.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Ed Oliver gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play it.
And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And it goes down. Justin BK. Able to run it down for a loss of 12 that time.
Many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question a fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson from the shotgun. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And so much of being a good tackler is understanding and taking the right angles to a ball carrier. And that was just tremendous straight line speed there. He eliminated the angles and was able to meet his man behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 16. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
That's Deion Dawkins, the left tackle.
The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Throwing now is Allen, and this is Cook with a grab. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. On 4th down, Matt Rice will sit on the punt. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of the offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Partner, you know when we call it a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle. The Ravens at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
He gets nothing on back-to-back runs, so now you're dealing with a 3rd and 10 and probably a passing play.
I would agree with that, and I would highly suggest to the play caller, check a different part of that section on your play sheet, because his first 2 runs didn't help you at all. Find someone else who can touch the ball and maybe move it downfield.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Touchdown. Mark Andrews. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. Cut it to 3 and 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And Davis with it left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage, completion-wise, way up. Not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Allen again. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, a 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Jackson.
That's into the hands of Prochet. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. McKenzie now to return it. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs as the first half is winding down.
And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run once more with Edwards. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jordan Phillips coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On the give, this is Singletary. And some room to maneuver. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole. And then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off. But you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Jackson. That would complete to Prochet.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
midfield now. Here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Pick made by Terrell Bernard.
The 30. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about that.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Allen.
That's complete to Davis. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Nice first down pickup there for Gabriel Davis, who really announced his presence last season. Playoff record, 4 touchdowns against Kansas City, also over 200 yards in that game. People in Buffalo really believe this guy's going to continue to develop as one of their top receivers.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, Allen. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson.
That's complete, left side to Bateman.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Now it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on 1st down. Dobbins. It's caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Jackson running again.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep.
And he stopped immediately there.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. There he goes left side. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. The Ravens on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be third and forever. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Now it's Crowder. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time 1st down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop too and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Now the 3rd running back taken in April's draft. This is James Cook.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Tucker now to add the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
He's got the hook up with Diggs.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 16 yards. First down.
So Allen's going to look to throw. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages.
Allen running the option to the left. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Buffalo, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.